if he's and I believe I will have I thought that I would have Gary on here commentating with me, but he's muted right now. Join me here in a few moments, but anyway, we are now, the race is underway, and we are starting off with level World 7-1 here, starting us off, and that's a little bit unfortunate because they weren't powered up at the beginning, so they weren't able to do the wall skip at the beginning. Okay, in chat. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Anyway, again, and World 3 is the map we start off with, but we start with World 7-1, and as I mentioned, if they were powered up at the beginning, they could do the wall clip there to skip the whole level, but since it's the first level, they can't. So, oh, and that's some nasty enemy placement right there for MidiGuy there. This is some really nasty enemy placement right there. That muncher there that shoots fireballs. Oh man, that is a nasty enemy placement right there. It looks like MidiGuy has been able to get past him, and he's further on to the... Boy, this is some rough enemies placement here in this level. Be a problem for our runners. I mean, I'm telling you. Much paranoia, chat, they're saying that he rolled this seat, apparently. Oh, man. It looks like MidiGuy has figured it out, and he's on his way to clearing the level. Nice job. DLP is still struggling with it, obviously, and I can't say I'm surprised. That is one nasty bit of enemy placement there. A pipe. Boy, this is one really rough seed here, because now MidiGuy has found World 5-9, which is no fun either, and now he has decided to go try another route. That appears to be a level from World 6 in the vanilla game that he has found. Obviously, much more forgiving. Oh, he just took a hit there. I was just about to say much more forgiving enemies, but then he got hit there. But now he gets powered up again, and he is through that one. And DLP has made it through World 7-1. Yeah, DLP making sure he gets a star there because he wants to make sure that he eventually is able to get some more lives. The guy found the end of the world there, but he obviously saw there was a lock there in front of the castle, so he has to go do a fort, and he's doing one now. The World 5-4-2 that he's on right now. Takes a hit from a boo there, but he should have no trouble with Boom Boom here. LP now has found the route that MidiGuy was taking, and he seems to be getting into the groove here now. To answer your question, Gary, on the latest flag, I think, from what I was told, does make it so you can't break locks with hammers anymore. I think it's the latest tournament flag, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I heard. A guy is now about to finish the world here. He makes short work of Cootie Pie there. For those who don't know, I prefer to call the Koopalings by the names they were given in those old Mario 3 and Mario World cartoon series from back in the day. So that's what I go by. Those I like to go by those names. Finish the world. He's off to a good lead here now. Ooh, that was a tough break for DLP right there, getting hit by that Potaboo there. That was a tough break. And we have a Vanilla World 2 here next up, as MidiGuy starts that off. Double from World 6 in the Vanilla game. DLP is on his last life, so he's in a bit of a predicament here. Onto a Toad House there to get an item. That's a good idea. MidiGuy is through the first level of the second world. He also now doing a Hammer Brother to get himself another item. He gets a hammer. MidiGuy now has found a World 1-2 here, and he has an angry son to deal with. That was a slick move right there, ducking under the jumping Koopa Paratrooper there. That was a slick move. And DLP is through the first world. And now has found World 7-3 now. Sometimes it's tricky to dodge those eggs that Lakitu throws down, but MidiGuy making it look very simple. Now MidiGuy has found the World 8 fort. He's breezing through it. Indeed, Garyon. Mew does really seem to like that fort, no question about it. And DLP does pick up an extra life, and he was down to his last life, so he really needed that. But I'm sure he would have loved to have gotten the 3rd star there to get himself 5 extra lives. He could have really used those. Obviously, this is a flag where locks are not broken by hammers, as DLP just found out. Indeed, he did, Garyon. This is the flag that we're doing here. This is the flag where hammers don't break locks. You're right. And MidiGuy there, looking to make short work of Big Mouth, as he was known in the cartoons, and he has done just that. That's a very good point there that you just made there, Garyon. That's a very good point. MidiGuy is through the second world, and now we have World 4 third up. Guy getting an item from a Hammer Brother there, and it's another hammer. But of course, in this particular flag, they do not break locks, so I don't know how much use it will be. He and MidiGuy again making short work of Boom Boom. And he is gonna be able to head to the end of this world here in just a moment. And he has found a what appears to be a vanilla level. He has found World 4-6 in exactly where it would be on the map in the vanilla games. So we got a vanilla level here. Any guy making it looks very simple. He is MidiGuy already about to finish the third world. He's off to a very good lead. Get a power up there. He ends up getting a star, so that could be a little bit of a worry. DLP just finished his second world, and MidiGuy making Hop, as he's known in the cartoons, look easy. And he is through to the fourth world now. MidiGuy has basically a one-world lead right now, so DLP is going to have a lot of catching up to do. Yep, that's what. Yep, as Dust Minion said there in chat, that's exactly what he's called in those old cartoons. He was called Hop. He's up with World 7, which can be a troll. I mean, World 7 has been known to be very trolly, so this may be a chance for DLP to make up some ground. We'll see. And MidiGuy has discovered there that he will have to do at least one fort to be able to get to the castle there. Bridge. With the fire flower he just picked up there, he'll be able to make short work of Boom Boom. And saving himself like 1 or 2 seconds by standing on the block there to pick up the orb as it comes up. DLP getting a 5 up there with the 3 stars there. That's big. He was low on lives, so that was big. And the fort that MidiGuy had just completed did not build the bridge that he needed, so he will have to do another fort. A MidiGuy checking all the pipes to try to get to that other fort that you can see on the map, but he's having trouble finding it, so we'll see if this gives DLP an opportunity maybe to make up some ground, and DLP completed a fort there, but that was the other fort in the level, the one that did not build the bridge there, so obviously he knows now that he has to do the other one. MidiGuy now has found the World 2 quicksand level. He's got that P-speed going, and he is breezing through it. And MidiGuy has been able to find that other fort that he needed to complete to build the bridge to the end of the world, and he has found Air Force. Since the auto-scrollers have been turned off except for World 5-9, these auto-scrollers are a lot more forgiving. Especially Air Force. That one is rough when it's an auto-scroller. DLP taking down Hop, and he is through the third world. That's a very good point as well, Dust Minion. You're right. Atlantis, yeah, one of the new beta levels in the randomizer. That one is also an auto scroller, and that one is not fun, man. Believe me. Depending on your point of view, you can either want it to show up or not want to show up. You want it to show up when you're just watching like us, but when you're playing, you don't want it. That's probably how it works. So as DLP is starting the fourth world, which is World 7, MidiGuy is on the Doom ship now. And MidiGuy taking down Kooky, as he was known in the old cartoons, and he is halfway home. See what world is next. World 1 is the next one on deck. And oh man, and Dust Minion, you were just talking about Atlantis. Well, MidiGuy just found it. MidiGuy obviously is saying, nope, I ain't doing that level. It does appear to be optional in this sea, Dust Minion. You are right. So MidiGuy obviously is going to be exploiting that. He picks up a frog suit from one of the hand levels there. He has 2 forts that he has there, so he has to be able to find the one that breaks the lock, and he has basically found a vanilla fort here, World 1 fort. Obviously, he didn't care to hold on to that frog suit, so he just got it out of the way. DLP finishing up the World 2 quicksand level. That's a good point that Garyon you just made there. It's actually a much better idea to not go for the warp where the warp whistle would be in the real game there when you play that fort, because when you clear the fort that way, it does not break its assigned lock. So that could actually soft lock you if you do that, if the right situation presents itself. And as Dust Minion, as you said, it didn't break the lock that MidiGuy needed to advance to the end of the world, so he has to do the other one. Oh, well, that's actually if what you're saying there is true, Garyon, that's actually convenient. It actually makes it so you can't get soft locked. A MidiGuy has found the World 2 pyramid level. LP about to finish his fourth world. DLP taking a hit there from Kooky. And, oh, man, that's unfortunate there. But something I've noticed watching these randos, Kooky seems to have a kind of a strange hitbox at times. The MidiGuy has found it's like a World 3-3 is what this is. And Human Mustard, you're not kidding. I mean, sometimes the hitboxes on the Koopalings can be a little weird. And Kooky is no exception. Yeah, you're not kidding, Garyon, you're not kidding. Yeah, Dust Minions are dead on that, but sometimes some of the hitboxes are very curious. And ooh, oh man, that's a tough break for MidiGuy there. Getting Fire Brothers with water. That is not a fun prospect. Well, if you're small and you have to face those, unless you have a star like he has there, then you're basically screwed. That's a good one, Whodad. I like that one. That's a good one. I like that. That was good. I got to give you credit. That was a clever one. MidiGuy is now on the Doom Ship now, so he's about to finish his 5th world here. DLP now starting his 5th world. And like MidiGuy before him, he has found Atlantis, and he says, "Nope, I'm out of here. I ain't doing this." And Sheetsy, as he was known in the old cartoons, is a 5-hitter, but MidiGuy making it look very simple. And we have Vanilla World 6 here next. And MidiGuy has, to start off World 6, has found another beta level. This water section, from what I've seen, can be pretty tricky depending on what kind of enemies you get. And that's a pretty nasty set there. A Big Bertha and a blooper with kids. That's pretty nasty. And it also, as you can see, it causes some slowdown on the game because of the sheer amount of enemies on the screen at once. MidiGuy is able to get through it. That's interesting, Dust Minion. I didn't know that. That is very interesting, Dust Minion. I never thought of that. That's very interesting. That was very close there. MidiGuy almost got sniped there by that Fire Brother there, but he's able to take him out and pick up a P-Wing, which may or may not be useful. He sees that there is a lock there, so he knows now that he has to do a fort, at least one fort, maybe more, depending on if this one here is breaks the lock or not, and he has found super tanks. Heard some say that super tanks is actually easier than tanks. He made super tanks look very simple. And he gives Boom Boom the old 1, 2, 3. It looks like Human Mustard seems to agree that super tanks is easier than tanks. It is definitely shorter, Dust Minion. I'm with you. It definitely does seem to be shorter than tanks. It's really weird. You would think it would be the other way around, but that's how it is. And And Mini Guy has found what I've heard is like people like to call Fort Knox, is what he has found here. And ooh, takes a death in the lava there. And that's a good point there that you make there, Human Mustard. Very good point. He's suit available, so he obviously used that and goes right to Boom Boom. He didn't have to go get powered up anywhere. DLP now about to finish his 5th world. And Mini Guy has found having to do a very, very troublesome level. This is World 742. It's another level that can cause some headaches. Yeah, Garyon, Garyon, you're not kidding. This level is not very fun for a lot of runners, believe me. DLP now is through his 5th world. Being small, he's able to run, Mini Guy able to run right past that last thwomp because he was small. Not sure if 742 has a nickname, Dust Minion. If it does, I haven't heard it. Piranha Fort? So that's what it's called. Okay. Thanks, Garyon. I wasn't sure. Don't worry, Human Mustard. I have a lot of trouble spelling piranha, too. I mean, I'm the same. Just found another one of the hand levels. And that's some slick dodging right there, being able to dodge all those projectiles. Frog Suit, that's obviously the item you get in this seed for completing a hand level. He'll be heading to the end of the world now. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word, Dust Minion. I'm not sure how that word is pronounced, but anyway, Mini Guy getting that P-speed there on this Doom ship and getting right to the end of it. Making very easy work of Hip, as he was known in those old cartoons. And he will be on to World 5, which will be the 7th world of the seed. DLP now starting off with getting super tanks done here. And he can be Dust Minion, depending on what the room layout is like. And to start off this world, Mini Guy has found World 610. Well, that's a very good point, Human Mustard. Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, if you get a pretty nasty room layout, he can hide in the floor. That is very, very true. The guy now has found a World 642, I believe that is. That's interesting, Dust Minion. I didn't think of that. Of course, if you have a raccoon tail, you can actually take off from right where Mini Guy was right there, and just fly underneath this area he's in right now, and go right to where this thwomp is right here. It's a very, very tricky strat, but I've seen it done. I've seen people pull it off. He makes short work of Boom Boom as usual. He builds a bridge there, so he may not have to do the tower. We'll see. Wow, that was a lucky break. He gets right to the level right before the end of the world. That was a good break right there. And he now has found another beta level. If it's, as Dust Minion just said there, it's basically a freebie level. No enemies to deal with at all. Human Mustard has taken to calling it Waterfall, and that's a very good, appropriate name for it. MidiGuy will be getting to World 8 here in just a few moments. And MidiGuy now facing off with Bully, as he was known in those old cartoons. And makes easy work of him. And he'll be starting World 8 here in just a couple of moments. DLP using a P-Wing there on that hand level. Let's see if World 8 will be either trolly or a little more forgiving this time in this seed. MidiGuy with a fort right off the bat, which is good. I mean, 8. The strategy I would use in World 8 if I were playing a rando is just to do every fort I came across. You never know which one will open the path to the final level. It was World 3, Fort 1 that he did. It was the only level on the first part of the map. Slick move by DLP there, using fireballs to take Hip down. And that's interesting. How ironic is this? MidiGuy just did World 3, Fort 1, and now his next fort is World 3, Fort 2. That's kind of an interesting interesting development there. That was interesting. You don't often see that. DLP getting to his 7th world now. A nice slick move there by MidiGuy to save us another second or two. He's getting on top of that block. Did not break that lock there on the far left side of that part of the screen, that map right there. So we'll see if that may have opened the way to the final level. Let's find. We'll see if that did it. Well, he has nowhere to go there, so he'll obviously have to go another way. He's not able to go anywhere on the dark portion of the map. Another pipe. DLP is going to try that flying strat that I talked about, and he does it very well. DLP just did that flying strat that I mentioned a few minutes ago. He took a couple of hits, but he did make it through. MidiGuy did find where the last level was, and obviously he realizes now he needs to do at least one more fort to open the way to it. And he has now found the World 2 fort. He's going to see here if this will be the one that opens the way to the last level. LP deciding to use a cloud there to skip that level and go right to the end of his 7th world. That's a good move, I think. Actually, the way to the final level was already there for MidiGuy, and that was just a fort that he was not able to skip. So now he is starting the final level now. Fell off the platform there. That will cost him a few seconds. incredibly high. Bully just jumped all the way out of the screen there. I have never seen that before. But DLP taking him down, Bully, with no problem. And he'll be starting World 8 here in just a second. The guy deciding to take the lower path because in recent updates, this randomizer has gotten a update where King Koopa's fireballs are randomized as to where they appear in this next to last room. And we have seen that the upper path is actually much harder now. The lower path is much more forgiving. Human Mustard, he did. Bully did indeed do that. Anyway, MidiGuy now on the final battle with King Koopa. And as Dust Minion just said, the statue's lasers also are randomized now in that room. You are right. And there goes King Koopa. MidiGuy is about to finish it off. We'll get his official final time here in just a second. MidiGuy is finished, and I believe he'll be down with an official final time of about 36:47, I believe. GG, MidiGuy. Good job. Sounds like Human Mustard was Human Mustard, it looks like you're a little bit surprised at the result of the other race that's going on. But anyway, DLP seeing the same thing that MidiGuy saw earlier. Oh, it's my pleasure, Whodat. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Glad you had fun. DLP will be getting to the end here very shortly. Different seeds there, Human Mustard, as Garyon just said. And DLP will be getting to the final level here momentarily. Interesting choice of using the frog suit there. Top of that statue, but can't seem to be able to get the jump he needs to get up to the next one. There he goes. The frog strats here. You don't really see this at all. Oh, that's a cool emote there, Human Mustard. That's a cool emote. I like it. Yeah, I know, right, Garyon? But I like it. It's a cool emote. I like it. He's gonna have to go the normal route here. He's not gonna be able to clip through that wall. As far as I know, Garyon, I don't think you can clip through that wall with a frog suit. I think you can only do it as like a normal Big Mario. I think is how you do that. Ooh, and DLP falls into the lava. That's exactly what I've done, Dust Minion. I just run right through them. And there you see, DLP just did the same thing. I always just run right past them. Jumping over them, I just run past them. And as far as I know, I've never gotten hit by when I do that. I've never gotten hit. As long as you get P speed right at the beginning, you should be able to run right past them. You have gotten hit? Oh, interesting. As far as I know, I've never gotten hit, but then again, I've only played the real vanilla games, so I've never played a rando, obviously, so I'm not sure. LP now starting the final battle with King Koopa. Once or twice there, Garyon? Oh, I see. Interesting. Like MidiGuy earlier, DLP now ends up being small here. Again, as you can see, in this original NES version of this game, King Koopa's hitbox is only his head, meaning you can stand right under him, basically, and not get hit. But of course, in the All-Stars version for the Super Nintendo, they fixed this bug, and you're not able to do that. Has got King Koopa out of the way, and now we'll see if we can get his official time here in a moment. Really? I didn't know that. Well, it looks like DLP is finished with, I believe, an official time of about 41:54. Well done. Interesting, Dust Minion. I heard somewhere that in All-Stars, you were not able to duck under him like that, but I'll have to check on it sometime or whether. But anyway, GG to both players. You guys both did a great job out there. Oh, that should just about wrap it up, probably. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this race here today. I had a great time, and I hope you all did too. And in exactly 2 weeks, on January 25th, the big Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament will be getting fully underway, and I hope you guys will all join us for all the action. Thank you guys again so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again real soon for more races. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you around. See you around, everybody.